Hi children, good morning. Welcome back to our session. So what's our topic? Reproduction in plants. So yesterday class we have seen about what is that, ginger, and also ginger roots it is going to give for us. It has the main and the plant of the rose one, and potato eyes to cut, it is going to give the new plants, that is the sexual plants. So today we are going to see about the budding. What do you mean by the budding? Have you heard about the word yeast, children? It is one of the bacteria which we cannot see with our naked eyes. That means we can see only through the microscope. So how the reproduction in yeast will be happen means by the budding. So I can show you the picture here. What do you mean by the budding? How it is going to reproduce in the yeast? It's one of the bacteria. Is it? Yeah. You can see. So here it is having the yeast cell, and next figure it is the developing of the bud, and it is coming the new bud and chain of the buds. It will be further going on. Then what do you mean by the bud? What do you mean by the bud? Let me see now. So here we have seen in the picture, those are the buds. So at last picture you can see the chain of the buds, that it will be detached and new yeast will be forming. Once again the cycle, the chain will be continuous. Like that the yeast, it will become as the mold. Then what do you mean by the bud? The small bulb-like structure. We can see that the bulb-like the structure. So up it is going on, coming, is it? Yes. The bulb, the small bulb-like projection coming out from the yeast is called the bud. So that bud will be detached. Once again it is going to come. So this is nothing but the budding, how it is happening in the yeast. Is it? Next one, let me go for the fragmentation. What do you mean by the fragmentation? Next one, fragmentation. Have you visited the ponds, children? Yeah. So on the ponds, if you see the ponds, the water will be stilled in that. Water, there will be no color, but we can see that the sky of the color, it will be the blue. But sometimes on this water, we can see the totally green color. It will be covered. So what is that? It's nothing but algae. We call it as algae. So that algae will be totally covered up. How? This what is that? Stilled water, the algae will be coming. That algae will be covered totally of that stilled water. So by which process it is going to happen means that is nothing but the fragmentation process. So in this the multiply rapidly. So it goes rapidly by the fragmentation. Then the algae will be breaks up into 2 or more fragmentations. These fragmentations or the pieces will be grown into the new individuals. So this process will be continuous in a large, but in a very short period it will become as more. Okay. So this is about the fragmentation. And next I can show you the picture of this fragmentation, children. See on that some of the leaves. Also, it will be forms that green color algae. You can see in that box. Is it? Yes. And next, let me go for the spore formation. What's that? Spore formation. Now, let me see for the spore formation. What is that spore formation? Okay, let me take the bread, children. We take morning into the coffee. Is it? So keep that bread in a cover, keep it aside. After 2 or 3 days, you observe the bread slice. What will happen? What you can observe on that? A green color or the black color formation, and if you see the smell, it gives the bad smell. What is that? it is also somewhat of the bacteria. That bacteria is called as rhizopus. So, which on the bread, the bacteria, it is going to form, that is nothing but the rhizopus. The rhizopus bacteria we can see. So, that these are nothing but the spores. These spores are the asexual production bodies. Each spore is to cover the hard protective coat to withstand the unfavorable conditions such as the temperature and also the low humidity. It can survive for a long time. Here I can show you the picture, children. In this, the picture, actually this picture is the reproduction through the spore information of the, which it is present in the fungus. So here we can see the spores. So I can show the spores in this picture, and this is the spirogeum. This is the spirogeum. So here it is going to take the germinates and develop into the new individuals also. So it is going to give the flower. It is how the flower petals will be releases, like that we can see the spores. So that spores will be get it as the detached and it goes to the individuals. So plants, so like that it is going to happen. So this also is the reproduced by means of the spores. Is it? Yes. So today we have learned about the spore formation, fragmentation and also the budding. Okay. So note down these points. And next, this is about the asexual reproduction. Tomorrow's class, let we go for the sexual reproduction. Okay? Thank you, children.
Most common ingredient in the kitchen of a baker is yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi which reproduces by both sexual and asexual methods. Asexually, yeast reproduces by a method called budding. Let us understand this method of asexual reproduction, that is budding, by taking yeast as an example. Observe the image carefully. This is the microscopic view of yeast cells. This is a parent cell from which we can see an outgrowth. This outgrowth is called bud. Now, why is there an outgrowth? It is because this is how yeast reproduces. A fully grown yeast cell develops an outgrowth due to the cell division at one particular site. This outgrowth is called bud. The bud remains attached as it grows. But once fully grown, this bud detaches from the parents and leads an independent life as a new organism. This method of reproduction is called budding. Budding is an asexual method of reproduction in which a new organism develops as an outgrowth or as a bud from the body of parent. This new organism initially remains attached but later gets separated from the parent once it is fully grown. This method of reproduction is called budding. Budding is seen in many other organisms. What we have now seen is in the unicellular organism, that is yeast. Now let us examine budding in a multicellular organism called Hydra. Hydra are multicellular freshwater animals. They reproduce by both sexual and asexual methods. When the conditions are favorable, it reproduces by this asexual method of reproduction, that is budding. Every 2 days, the adult hydra produces a new bud which grows into an adult, and during this growth period, the buds remain attached to the parent, as you can see from the image. Once fully grown, the buds separate from the parent and live an independent life. Now, let us move on to the other method of asexual reproduction, that is through spore formation. You would have seen the growth of fungus on the fruits and vegetables and the other foods kept in our kitchen. Now, whenever we see our food getting spoiled because of this fungus, we always wondered, where did they come from? To understand this, let us examine this bread mold under the microscope. Now, observe carefully. On observation under microscope, you come across the bulb-like structures of fungus called sporangium. Here you can see these are the bulb-like structures. Sporangium is that part of the fungus which bears the seeds of fungus, and the seeds of fungus are called spores. The word spores is derived from a Greek word called spora, and the word means to sow or sowing. Spores are similar to the seeds of plants. Spores are single-celled reproductive units produced by the fungus which are resistant to adverse climatic conditions. That is, they can withstand extreme heat or extreme cold. So the spores, on return of the favorable conditions, germinate and develop into new organisms. Fungal spores, as they are resistant to the adverse climatic conditions, are present in all types of environment. When the environment is dry, they cannot grow as they require moisture for their growth. It's only on the availability of moisture the spores germinate and start growing. So when your food is dry, it cannot catch fungus. If you sprinkle water on it, or if it has already some water inside it, then the fungal spore germinates and starts growing on the food material. This is how your food gets spoiled because of the fungal infection. It's not only the fungus which produces spores. Observe these organisms. The mosses and ferns, which are the lower plants, also produce spores. At the backside of the leaf of this fern, what you are seeing is the spore. Lichens do produce spores. What you are seeing in the picture is the Clostridium botulinum bacteria under microscope with an endospore. Spores are single-celled reproductive units that are resistant to adverse climatic conditions and capable of growing into a new organism when favorable conditions return. Since spores are unicellular or single-celled and does not involve union of gametes, it is considered as asexual method of reproduction.
In a pond, these are algae. Algae reproduce asexually by fragmentation. Mature algae breaks up into smaller fragments, and these fragments grow into individuals. Fragmentation is the process of breaking of a mature organism into two or more fragments.